Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Imam Ali and my metric number is B13231067.
My name is Farouk bin Sulaiman. My metric card number B1323104143.
My name is Luqman Hakim bin Muhammad Sharifuddin. My metric number B1323100099.
My name is Muhammad Iqbal bin Muhammad Azhar. My metric card is B1323100006.
In this video, we show the step to remove and refit the disc brake, check the brake parts and inspect the overall disc brake condition. Okay, let's go!
Dengan mencabutkan semua skru kan. Kuat sikit, kuat sikit. Apa kita settle lah.
Bukan. Okey, bagi kakak ni.
Nah, kita menggunakan box saiz 14 daripada ratchet. Longgar ni. Mana dia? Okay, seterusnya kita akan buka dua skru daripada caliper yang pengikat dengan bracket caliper.
Okey, baik. Keluarkan, tolak ke tepi. Jadi, lepas tu buka dua ni. Keluarkan ni. Kita nak keluarkan ni.
Okey, ni dah cabut.
Okay, kemudian kita akan buka dua skru yang mengikat bracket caliper pada knuckle. Okay.
Aduh, patut aku terpakai edit tu pakai TikTok tadi. Aku buat bintang tadi. Oh, tu edit tadi.
Dah. Bracket caliper.
Mana piston?
Dah.
Dah. Buka dah.
Dah buka ni. Dia tahu buat apa. Mata, tangan jaga.
Kita buka tah dia ni.
Lagi.
Dengan ring dia. Dua ni. Lepas tu. Okey, siap. Ini kita nak ukur ketebalan brake pad belah dalam
Sekarang kita pastikan benda caliper set pada kosong dan kita measure. Okey. 2.2. Siap ke tak?
Okey dah.
satu.
Beza dia.
Luar dia.
Ya, luar. Okey, kita pastikan macam tadi bunyi caliper set pada kosong. Tepi batakan. Lepas tadi. Poin 3.
Tak mana? Sini. Okey, sekarang ni kita akan check condition piston dia. Okey, kalau kita lihat pada mata kasar dia cuma ada karat sahaja. Kalau tengok dia ada calar. Dia ada kena air dan udara dan sedikit haba. Overall condition untuk piston ni masih okey, cuma perlu digosok dan polis semula lah. Okey, dan ini pula adalah dust seal dia. Dust seal dia duduk pada bahagian luar piston ni. Function dust seal ni adalah untuk mengelak daripada habuk ataupun pasir daripada masuk ke dalam area piston ni lah, kat sini. Daripada masuk area caliper ni. Okey, kalau kita tengok daripada condition dia, ada sedikit koyak lah, condition kurang memuaskan, jadi perlu ditukar. Okay, seterusnya kita akan check condition caliper ni sendiri. Okay, kalau kita boleh lihat, bahagian dalam caliper ni berminyak dan berhabuk. Overall kalau kita tengok dia punya O-ring masih cantik dan tebal, masih elok lagi. Cumanya bahagian dalam ni agak kotor lah. Kita perlu cuci semula, servis, dan kita boleh pasang semua.
Okay, kita akan buat run out measurement menggunakan high gauge. Bal akan setting pada kosong.
Okey, dapat kosong.
Okay, sekarang kita akan test.
Dah kan?
So keadaan ni bergigi sebab nilai dia nak ke 10 macam tu. Dia kira berlekuk gitu.
Dia bergigi macam ni.
Okey.
Kurang inilah permukaan dia kat disk.
Okay.
Sekarang kita akan buat rub test lah pada disk rotor dan juga brake pad. Okey, cara dia kita menggunakan kapur dan kita akan conteng sikit lah pada bahagian disk rotor. Okay, seterusnya kita akan ambil brake pad. So kita tengok condition disk ni ataupun brake pad sama ada dia rata atau tidak rata. Okey, kalau kita dapat lihat brake pad ni dia makan tidak rata lah, sebab kat sini dia ada setengah bahagian dia ada makan, ada yang terkena lebih dan ada yang tidak kena. Okey, seterusnya kita akan buat pada bahagian belakang mula. Tadi kita buat pada bahagian depan. Okey, sekarang kita akan buat bahagian dalam lah. Sikit lah. Okey, sekarang kita akan ambil brake pad yang bahagian dalam. Okey, bahagian dalam dia ada ni penanda ni. Sekarang kita akan gosok pada disk rotor. Okey, kalau kita tengok pada brake pad ni dia makan rata lah, sebab keseluruhan bahagian ni kena pada kesan kapur tadi.
Yang lock pin.
Okey,
Nak tengok condition lock pin ni sama ada dalam keadaan baik atau tidak.
sama ada dia bengkok ataupun lock pin ni lurus lah. Cara dia kita akan letak pada permukaan rata lah, seperti rantai ataupun meja. Okey, dan kita akan pusing.
Kalau nak ukur disk ni boleh kan?
Okey, kalau lihat pada mata kasar, mesin dia masih lurus dan tegak lah. Sebab bila dia pusing tu masih cantik pusingan.
Tak ada gelong, tak ada goyang.
Okay, sekarang kita akan measure
Lama-lama makan bodoh skru.
disk rotor punya thickness. So kita set vernier caliper pada kosong dulu. Measure dekat 6 point. Kita ada measure 6 point. 87 3.72 So poin ketiga 3.73, poin keempat 3.76, poin kelima kita dapat 23.72. Untuk poin yang terakhir kita dapat 23.71.
Yang bulat.
Bulat yang ni. Betul ni man.
Dia tak masuk. Ada yang tak masuk. Dia lubang
Dah, yang masuk. Yang panjang ni yang masuk atas. Jadi dengan ni piston betul.
14 kan?
Sama je.
17.
Juga.
17? Ha?
Masuk kan tu kita pakai minyak sikit. Kau ambil minyak kat situ. Pada meja.
Dua? Betul. Pistonnya berkarat.
Ini dia kena
Jadi aku Syal. Solid bal. Nampak tak bal? Kau memang idol. Kita. Ha? Berapa man? 10. 10 satu jam. Geng Aiman lah. Ciao. Dia mesti jilat tu tak faham. Brad Pitt ni mana? Man. Flip. Ada slot dulu. Ada slot. Alamak bal. Alamak. Kam. Okay bal, standby. Apa? Kau nama apa ni? Ni dah ikat.
F1 ni. Met. Baik, boleh berak.
This is our result based on our lab session. Figure 1, drum brake part. And for table 1, this brake part name. Number 1, guide pin lower. Number 2, guide pin upper. Number 3, guide pin bushing. Number 4, caliper mounting bracket. Number 5, pin boots. Number 6, boot rings. 7, piston boots. 8, piston. And number 9, oil seal. And 10, cylinder body. For number 11, friction material. Number 12, brake pad. Number 13, shim. Number 14, pad clip. Number 15, outer brake pad. 16, inner brake pad. 17, wear indicator. 18, blader screw. 19, blader cap. 20, lock board. This is our table 2 condition of this brake parts. Part name number 1, wear indicator. Condition is still in good condition. Part name number 2, this brake surface. Condition, rough surface. Part name number 3, outboard brake pad. Condition, not in a good condition. The surface are uneven. The measurement of the thickness, 7.39 mm, 8.01 mm, 7.41 mm, 8.09 mm. Part name number 4, inboard brake pad. Condition, in a good condition. All the surface are even. The thickness of the measurement, 8.33 mm, 8.53 mm, 8.43 mm, 8.46 mm. Part name number 5, piston. Condition still in a good condition, no scratch or dents, but there is a little rust on the end of the piston surface. Part name number 6, cylinder bore, still in a good condition, just need to be clean.
Okay, next for table 3 is inspection of this brake condition. So the task number 1 is run out measurement. So when we do the run out measurement, we know that this rotor a little bit groove. And the second test is this thickness. We measure this thickness with 6 point. Okay, for the first point we got 33.8 millimeter. The second one is 33.72 millimeter, and the third one is 33.73 millimeter, and the fourth we got 33.76 millimeter, and fifth we got 23.72 millimeter, and the last one we got 23.71 millimeter. Okay, for the third task is rub test. So the rub test, the chalk remove evenly with a good surface contact. Okay, for the last task is guide pin or lock pin straightness. So if you can see at the video, when we do the guide pin test straightness. The board is straight and smooth when it roll. Okay, next for the discussion. The question is based on a finding, what is the condition of the brake pad? Should it be replaced with a new pad? So when we do the lab, the outboard brake pad thickness was between 7.39 millimeter and 8.09 millimeter, while the inboard pad measure between 8.33 millimeter and 8.53 millimeter. So the brake pad are still in good condition and not not need to replace because they are above the minimum limit. Um, we only need to regular cleaning and put some grease at the caliper pin, and it will help the pad wear evenly and last longer.
Okay, I would like to explain about uh, case in discussion for case 2 and case 3. And the case 2 is list two cause of rotor thickness variance. What is the correct repair produce of thickness variation? Uh, Rotor thickness can change because of uneven pressure from the brake pad or too much heat when braking. If the caliper or piston doesn't move smoothly, one side of the rotor wear faster. Too much heat can also make the rotor bend or rag. To fix this problem, the rotor can be resurfaced to make it smooth again, but if it's already too thin, it should be replaced to make sure the brake works safely and smooth. Okay, for the case 3, what do you understand about round-out measurement data? Okay, round-out means how much the brake disc will of move side to side when it spins. If the run-out too high, it can cause the brake pedal to vibrate or the pedal to wear unevenly. In this case, the run-out was 0.03 mm, which is below the limit, and shadow that the disc is straight and in good condition.
Okay, for the last discussion, number 4, the answer is both pins were straight when checked, which means the caliper can move freely. If a pin is bent, the caliper might get stuck and cause uneven braking, faster pad wear, or the brakes to drag while driving. Keeping the pins straight and well lubricated helps the brake works smoothly and safely. Okay, for the conclusion, in this lab session, we successfully removed, inspected, and reinstalled a disc brake assembly. The activity helped us understand how each part of the braking system works and why proper inspection is important for vehicle safety. We follow the procedure step by step from dismantling the system, checking each component, taking measurement and assembling it back. From our inspection, we found that the brake pads were still in good condition, weight, even wear, and enough thickness. This surface had only minor marks, and the rotor run out of 0.03 mm was within the safe limit, showing that the disc was still in good shape. The guide pin and lock pin were also straight and smooth, allowing the caliper to move freely. Overall, this lab taught us how to inspect brake correctly, take accurate measurement, and understand the importance of keeping the brake system in good condition for safe driving. Alright, thank you.